Hello all, welcome to Diamond's Divine Creations. I am your host, Diamond. Thank you all so much for joining me on today. I do hope you all are doing well and feeling well. I hope you all please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That is your free way of showing your support to the channel. It helps me to grow the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. Okay, today's delicious dinner recipe is fried chicken. I'm going to be frying some chicken, and I'm also going to be creating something that I call a Mexican Frito pie. Okay, guys, little something I put together. Can't really say I've seen anybody else do it, but that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Okay, guys? So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay? So, real quick, we're going to go through some ingredients that we need. Obviously, for anybody who is frying chicken, you need chicken. Okay? So, I have chicken by chicken here, pre-soaking in their pre-soak wash bath. Okay? And then I'm going to finish washing that in just a minute. Okay, now for your Mexican Frito pie, you obviously need Fritos of your choice, any type of Fritos. I'm going to be using the chili cheese Fritos. Okay, you can use the regular, whatever type of Fritos you want to use. Okay, we also need cheesy Mexican rice. Okay, pico de gallo. Okay, we need cream cheese, sour cream, white corn. Okay, I'm also using the Tajin mild hot sauce here, as well as the Tajin seasoning here. I'm using the creamy queso sauce here, as well as I'm using the spicy ranchero sauce here. We're going to be using chili beans. Okay, as well do we have here banana peppers. Also you need cheese as well. Now preferably I would rather queso cheese with this. Okay, but you can use any type of cheese that you want to, of the block cheese. Okay, something like, you know, Velveeta, or if you get an off-brand, but the block cheese. Okay, whether you do just the original you know, regular cheese or what have you, or you use like the white cheese, the queso cheese, or what have you. So you definitely need that as well, guys. Okay, and also whatever ground meat of choice that you would like to use, whether you want to use ground beef, ground chicken, or what have you, whatever ground meat you want to use. Okay, is what we're going to need. All your other seasonings we have here: paprika, we have pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, lemon pepper, as well as seasoning salt here, guys. Okay, so those are the ingredients we're going to be using. Okay, let's get started. Okay, guys, so first thing is first, whatever ground meat you are deciding to use. Now, preferably another thing on my Mexican Frito pie, the way I created it, when I, you know, thought about it and wrote it out and everything, it's supposed to be ground chicken. Okay, but like I said, you can use whatever ground meat you want to be using. Okay, I didn't open a package of ground chicken, so I'm actually going to use ground beef. So I'm actually kind of switching it up myself, but the original recipe that I came up with is supposed to be with queso, the white cheese, okay, as well as with ground chicken. Okay, so if you want to make it like that, fine. We're actually going to be doing those are the only two things that I switched up. So we're actually going to be using ground beef, and we're going to be using the orange cheese. Okay, whether this is just original cheddar cheese, whatever type of cheese that is. Okay, so you want to start off with seasoning your meat. Okay, so I'm going to use the Tajin seasoning here on the your ground meat. Okay, as well as I'm going to use a little pepper as well. Okay, You can put a bit of garlic powder as well as onion powder, okay? And that is good, okay? You're gonna get this on your stove, get it on, get it going, okay? Next thing, guys, okay? For your cheesy Mexican corn, you just follow the simple instructions on the back of the box here, okay? So you need 2.5 cups of water and a tablespoon of butter. What you see here, I have my water, have my butter. You want to get this on, you want to wait till it is boiling, and then you're going to add the entire content of the cheesy Mexican rice inside of here, okay? Go ahead and get that going as well, okay? From there, you want to go ahead and wash your chicken, okay? As I said, I've got my chicken here in a pre-soap bath wash. I'm going to rinse this off, wash it off again, okay? And we're going to start seasoning our chicken, okay? But before we do that, get you another pot or whatever it is that you want to use. Now, I do want to tell you all real quick, okay? The reason why I have the cream cheese and the sour cream and all of that or what have you, it goes in the corn, okay? So I'm making like a Mexican corn, okay, that goes in the Mexican Frito pie that I'm creating, okay? So those of you who have ever made Mexican corn, now I'm not talking about I can't necessarily say the black way of making Mexican corn, okay? Well, I'm just going to tell you what we came up thinking Mexican corn is whole kernel corn, rotel, and your cheese block in here, okay? So almost like and that's how we have always made Mexican corn. Actually, the way they make Mexican street corn is something totally different than that, okay? And it's where all these other ingredients come from. The cream cheese, the sour cream. I've even seen people use mayo, and it's a specific type of cheese that they use. Although I couldn't find that cheese, I could barely even pronounce the name of that cheese correctly or whatever. So I'm going to do it my way, okay? My version of Mexican street corn. We're also going to be using Parmesan cheese for that as well. Now, I said all of that to say that it's up to you whether or not this is actually supposed to be made cold, like with your corn straight out the can and mixed with all your other ingredients. Bada bing, bada boom, it's done. Also, we're going to be using lime in that as well, okay? And you put your Tajin seasoning on there. You use whatever Mexican hot sauce you want to use, okay? Like that or what have you, okay? So you can do it either way. You can do it the Mexican corn way, or you can do it the Mexican street corn way, okay? If you know how to make, you know, the original Mexican street corn, like how they make it. Of course, they make it so much better how they do the Mexican street corn, but I'm gonna kind of, you know, switch it up, do it my way. But my whole point in saying all of that, guys, it's up to you as to whether or not you want to warm your corn up real quick. If you want, because everything else is going to be hot, okay? So if you want to add the corn on there cold with the rest of the mixture that it's going to be, which I'm going to show you in just a minute, that's perfectly fine, okay? If you want to warm up your corn, you want your corn to be just as warm as the rest of your meal, then that's up to you to do as well. But how Mexican street corn is prepared, from what I understand, I don't think it's hot, okay? It's not a hot dish, okay? It's all of its ingredients, and it's made with the corn straight out of the can, okay? Whether because there's some of them that use do the Mexican street corn with the corn on the cob, and then there's those of them who do it with the loose whole kernel corn, okay, guys? So I just wanted to throw that out there for you all as well, okay? I said all that to basically say it's up to you as to which style of Mexican corn making you want to do, and it's up to you as to whether you want your corn to be hot or not, okay? So in another pan, we're just going to add as much cheese, okay? as you want in here. And we're going to also add a little milk to this to get it nice and creamy and help it melt as well, guys. Okay. Now, how much of this you use depends on how many people you are feeding, okay? I'm making a small portion of this, so you're probably only going to see me, you know, fix this little small amount here, okay, of cheese. Plus, like I told you all before, y'all know cheese spread, okay? So this looks like, you know, to you all, this might not look very many cubes, but once it gets to melting and spreading, it's going to seem like quite a bit of cheese, okay? So you want to do that, okay? Once you do that, we're going to put a little bit of milk on this, and we're going to get this on and melting as well. And for those of you who have ever, I think everybody in the world has made cheese dip before. Some people just buy, you know, like nacho cheese or something like that in the cans, or, you know, out the store or whatever. However, if you want to kind of do it yourself, this is how you would do it, okay? Cube you up some cheese, put it in your pot, add you a little milk to it, okay? On this portion here, if you want to, go ahead and make it like how you would your cheese dip, okay? Once this gets to melting, you would add your rotel or either your pico de gallo to this, okay? And let that simmer in together and melt up really good, okay, guys? Okay, guys, so in a bowl, you want to add your cream cheese here, which I'm only going to use like, I'm only going to use a package of cream cheese. This is an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I'm only going to use half. Okay. You're going to put your cream cheese. Okay. As well as use some sour cream in it as well. And you're going to add that to a bowl. Then we're going to add our corn. And you can add as much or as little. Like I said, I've seen people make Mexican corn. It's so interesting. When I was writing this out, you know, kind of coming up with what I wanted to do with this, I would have you, which I thought of this the night that I made the enchiladas for you all, okay? And I was like, oh, this would be good. And so I wrote it all out, y'all, and I kid y'all not, y'all, they got this artificial intelligence everywhere, I swear. They're spying on us through our phones, our thoughts, and everything, okay? Y'all ever thought of something or said something out loud, and then you went online the next day or something, and then what you were thinking of or what you said out loud just popped up everywhere? I kid you not. So I thought of this the night that I made the enchiladas, guys, okay? And I kid you not, I went online and I ended up just on YouTube, not even like online searching for anything. I went on YouTube just kind of surfing around, seeing what was going on and different things. Y'all, I seen everybody in the world version of how to make Mexican street corn. It popped up out the blue, out of nowhere, for no reason at all. I didn't ask for it. I'm like, okay, so this is how you make Mexican street corn, or what have you. And so I'm like, okay. But I said all of that to say that I've seen so many different people's versions of how they make Mexican street corn. And there's a lot of people that have, you know, similar or some of the same ingredients or what have you. But there's other people that kind of, you know, everybody kind of do their own little twist, own little style to stuff or what have you. So I just found that to be so funny, so interesting. And what happened was after I made the enchiladas, guys, okay, I was eating leftovers, and then I kind of just mixed some food together, like some of the different stuff that I made with the enchiladas, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this would actually be good. And so that's how I came up with this, okay? So yeah, you're gonna mix that cream cheese in real good with that sour cream. Okay, get it nice and smooth or what have you guys. And then we are going to add some corn. Now, like I said, for those of you who are feeding more people, you can use this entire can of corn, okay? I'm fixing enough for like one meal, one portion or what have you. Okay, but you all definitely would probably want more if you're feeding your children, your spouses, your friends, you know, whoever. Okay, guys? So you can use whatever type of corn you want to, okay? I'm going to use the white corn, which is what is usually used for the Mexican street corn or what have you. But they do have the Tex-Mex corn, and then they just have the regular whole kernel sweet corn. So whatever type of corn you like, get that corn, guys, okay? We're going to add that to our cream cheese sour cream mixture. Okay, guys, so as much as you're going to use, you're going to add this corn to your mixture, just like that. Okay, I'm going to give this a little stir around real quick. It's okay to get a little bit of the corn juice in there if you want to. Now, like I said, for those of you who want this, your corn to be warm or hot, you can warm up your corn first and then do this. If that pleases you, honey, if that makes you happy. Okay? So that's all there is to that. I am going to add just like a little bit more. You know what? Forget it. I'm just going to do the whole thing, I think. Okay. So I put that in there. Once you get all of this blended the way you want to, then we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. Okay, just like that. Now we're going to add some Parmesan cheese, guys. Okay, y'all, so we're just going to take some regular Parmesan cheese, okay, and we are going to add it to our corn mixture here, okay. And we're also going to take, squeeze some lime juice in here as well, y'all. Limes are harder to squeeze than lemons for some darn reason, okay? But we're gonna squeeze the juice from a lime in here. Okay, and we're gonna give this a bit of a stir. You can add you some more lime juice on there if you want to. Okay, just like that, guys. Okay, so now we want to add our Tajin seasoning. As well as we are going to add some pico de gallo. And you can leave it on top if you want to like that, but I'm going to mix it. Okay, and we're going to do the process again. So I stir that in really good, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to add just a little bit more Tajin seasoning on here, guys. Okay. And I'm going to, is it open? Okay. I'm going to add some of, if I can get it open, we're going to add some of the Tajin mild hot sauce on here as well. Okay, and like if you don't prefer this one, you can use whatever type of Mexican hot sauce you want to use. I'm gonna put that on the top of the air like that, guys, okay? And our corn is done, okay? Okay, guys, so I put a little bit more lemon juice on top of our Mexican corn, and I sprinkled on just a little bit more Parmesan cheese. And you can you can just leave this sitting aside and let it get room temperature if you want to, or you can sit it in your refrigerator to stay cool while you're preparing your other food, okay? So now we are going to get into seasoning our chicken and getting that going, okay, guys? Also, I wanted to tell you all, you can kind of do things the way you want to do it, honey, okay? Now, as far as that corn go, okay, so if you want to use it as a side dish, that is perfectly fine, or you can put it in the Mexican Frito pie that I'm making it, or whatever if you want to, okay? Okay, y'all, so we got our chicken clean, okay? Let's start seasoning it up. We're going to start off with some garlic powder here on our chicken. And we use some onion powder as well. I'm going to put a bit of paprika on our chicken, some lemon pepper, a little bit of regular pepper on here, guys. Okay. And we're going to flip these over. I'm trying to keep from using my hand, y'all. I don't like touching meat. Really like that. It's especially ground meat. Like sometimes I can tolerate other meats, but I really don't like touching meat, period, okay? But, yeah, so we're going to use seasoning salt. And a bit more black pepper. Okay. Get that a good mix around. Get all of those flavors mixed in there. Real good. On the chicken. Okay, guys. You should already have your grease getting hot that you are going to fry your chicken in. Okay. Put a little bit of this Tajin on here. Okay, just like that. Okay. Get your flour ready that you're going to be using to put your chicken in. Okay, guys, get whatever you're going to be putting your flour into, guys. Okay, now, honey, look. In a hood near you, okay? That might be an old clean grocery bag, paper bag, something, honey, okay? You ain't got to be fancy, but you need you some flour, okay? Once you got your flour, you're going to, now a few of these pieces, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take it out of here because my daughter is a picky eater. Okay? And she don't like that extra. So I'm going to go ahead and put hers in here. That's how she likes hers. Okay? Just seasoned up and fried. Okay? I am, however, going to add some of this Tajin hot sauce to mine. I'm going to get out a stir. Let them season simmer on those other pieces for me here. Okay. My daughter don't like all that extra. That's why I took those other pieces out, okay? From there, I shouldn't have to tell y'all how to fry no chicken now, okay? Maybe some people need to know how to fry chicken, chef. Because not everybody know how to fry no darn chicken, okay? And some people just be with too much of the extra with frying their chicken. It don't even have to be that difficult, okay? You basically wash your chicken, season your chicken, put your chicken in the flour, put your chicken in the grease, okay? Now, if you do want like that double breading, double crispiness to your chicken after you wash your chicken and season your chicken, then you can get you a bowl and put you a couple eggs in it. Scrub that up a little bit. Get you a bowl with some milk in it as well, or what have you, and dip your chicken after you season your chicken and everything. Put your chicken in that flour, then dip it in that egg and that milk, put it back in your flour, and then fry it, and that'll give it that double extra crispiness to it. But honey, we keeping it plain and simple tonight. We're washing our chicken, seasoning our chicken, putting our chicken in the flour, and frying that chicken. Okay, and that's how you regularly, okay, fix chicken here. Okay. So as you can see here, we have our seasoned chicken in the flour here. We're giving it a toss around, okay? And as soon as that grease is good and hot, we're going to get that chicken on in there, okay? Okay, y'all, we got that chicken going, okay? The cheese is melting, okay? Our water is nice and hot and boiling. So we're going to put our rice in here. It also comes with a package of the mixture, the sauce and different things that you want to add in there as well, guys. Okay. So if you all want to see that, okay. Once our water is hot and boiling, all you're doing is adding your rice in there, okay. As well as the entire contents of this package here, okay? Just like that. And you want to keep an eye on this and make sure you stir it in evenly, okay? Make sure all that flavor gets on all of your rice and everything, guys. Okay, and that's all there is to it. I'm just going to put that in there and give it a stir around like that and get it back on the stove and let that simmer up and cook really good until everything is dissolved in there. Okay, guys? As y'all can hear, that chicken is frying up real good. Okay, so when it's nice and golden and crispy, we're going to take it out of there and we're going to fry up our other pieces. Okay, guys? Your ground meat is already done as well. Whatever type of ground meat that you wanted to use, okay? Whether it was ground chicken, which is what I prefer for this recipe, or whether you're doing ground beef, whatever type of ground meat you like. You might like ground chuck, ground beef, ground chicken, whatever type of ground meat that you like, okay? Just set it aside till you have everything else ready, okay? And then we can assemble our Mexican Frito pie. So when your cheese is nice and melted, guys, it should look like this, okay? And so just keep it on the stove, keep it warm until everything else is done. Okay, y'all, so now if you want to, you can add your chili beans to your cheese dip mixture, or you can add it to a separate pot, okay? If you want everything put on separately, you can just add it to a separate pot and warm up those chili beans and let them stay warm and let them sit aside, stay warm until everything that goes in the Mexican Frito pie is ready, okay? And then we're going to assemble it all. Okay, guys, so as that chicken gets done and it's nice and golden and brown, guys, and it's ready, you pull it out and it should be looking like that. Okay, y'all, so as you can see, that Mexican rice is all ready and done. We're going to put some taco blend cheese on top of it. Okay. And we're going to set it back on the stove real quick, just long enough to let that melt, and that's going to be ready. Okay, y'all, so as you can see, I put our Mexican corn in a different bowl here, okay? But that's our Mexican corn. We got our chicken ready, okay? Now we're going to assemble our Mexican Frito pie. So you're going to add whatever type of Fritos to your liking to the bowl. However much or little you would like. Okay, just like that. Okay, y'all, so on top of those Fritos, we are going to add our cheese sauce, again, however much or little you would like. Okay. Then we're going to add our rice right over the top of those Fritos. Our Mexican, cheesy Mexican rice. Okay. That's a really cheesy, a long piece of cheesy. Okay. Then after you add your, after that, you're going to add your chili beans. You're also going to add that ground meat, whatever type of ground meat you decided to use. Okay, guys? And then we're going to put your Mexican corn right on the top of there. Just like that. Okay, y'all? And that is your Frito, or your Mexican Frito pie, guys, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of this spicy ranchero around the sides of there. If you want even more cheese, you can use the creamy queso sauce, okay? I'm going to put some of these banana peppers on here. If you prefer jalapeno, you can do that if you would like to. Okay, guys? And that is your Mexican Frito pie, okay, with your side of chicken, guys, okay? So, guess what, y'all? It's time to eat. Bon appetit. Grab your plate because it's time for another dinner date, go ahead, take you a bite, because this is another one of Diamond's delicious delights. Thank you all so much for listening and for watching. And until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.